You have to learn, how to live with being uncomfortable, be successful and, do good. Like, you gotta learn how to be uncomfortable. And so I just accepted it.
Why are you doing coffee shop?
Coffee brings people together.
What is the difference between the mindset of a worker or entrepreneur?
If you want to become a business owner, it's scary. I think it's the fear of failure. Everyone wants to win, but not everyone is ready to lose.
So how you overcome fear?
I just believe in God. There's gonna be times, where you won't be able to make money. Then there's gonna be times, where you make a lot of money.
Right.
And there's gonna be times, when you get this money, what do you do with it?
What the biggest challenge in the business you feel like?
Consistency. Being consistent is the hardest part for sure.
If you want to make $1 million in 6 months.
Have a plan, stick with it, be consistent, be very smart in what you do.
$1 billion table is where you educate yourself to do better. I believe business is life. So if you're really doing good in business, you are doing good in life. But if you're not doing good in life, you will never ever do good in business because everything is connected. And we are here to figure it out because when you know more, you can do more. And when you do better, you can get better. And it's a cycle. And that's why today I am with my brother, Basil. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for your time, man.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you.
Likewise.
So, man, let's get to it. How
Yes,
you
sir.
introduce yourself?
My name is Basil Alsoofi. My family's from Yemen. But I was born and raised in Detroit.
Okay.
And after Detroit, about 7 years, I moved down to South Mississippi,
Okay.
then back to Detroit. And now
Okay.
I'm here in New Orleans.
That's greatness, man.
Yep.
So how it sounds like, how it feels like being, having a background of Arab, and especially like not any country though, Yemen is the greatness. And listen, man, all love to the Yemen people. I get so much help and support from them. My brother Adam, as I told you, man, shout out to my brother Adam. He's one of my best friend, and he's the friend and brother who really helped me. And man, I'm forever grateful for his soul, man. He really in my life, one of the greatest people I met in the United States.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. Me too, man. Growing up, never yelled, never got mad. He was just always, good to everybody he met, He was one of those people that, like once you met Adam, you never forget him.
Yeah, I can't forget him. I can't, like, even my wife, I was telling her today, I'm like, man, this dude is a cousin of Adam. She's like, no way.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I was on the phone with Adam almost every day, man. He was driving and he telling me, I'm like, man, I learned this. I did this book. He's like, keep going. Yeah. So it's always been a blessing. So, but how that, like, how it feels like being, again, with this background, with the history of Yemen people and also living in the state.
Growing up, like, I would say growing up in Detroit, like, it felt kind of normal because there was always, a lot of, Arabs.
Right.
I went to school with Arabs. There was a lot of Arabic restaurants, so it was normal. But, like, once you move to the South, especially, Mississippi, it's different. Like, you start to tell yourself, like, I'm probably, like, the only person that's really different from everyone else here. And so you just kind of have to learn, how to use it, You can't be ashamed or anything. So to me, I was just like, this is who I am,
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what did you learn from like changing the environment and being a different one?
I think like generally, like growing up, especially as kids, like you just learn that no one really cares, like as far as, like you're Arab or, specifically you're from Yemen, like as kids, like everyone gets along with everybody. But once you get older, then, you obviously you meet people who know more. And so, they might treat you a little different, whether it be good or bad. But yeah, you just got to learn, how to accept it.
How you learn, like what you learn to accept it, like how you, because we go through like a hard time sometimes.
Yeah.
So we deal with like maybe hard-minded people, let's say. So how that, like how you deal with that?
I think my family just put it in like a lot of values into me.
Okay.
And just like naturally, taught me how to like who we are.
Okay.
And yeah, some people might be ashamed, where their family comes from or, where they're, where they're at or what they do. But for me, like, I love being Yemeni, yeah.
No, it's
You know
just
what I
like
mean?
Yeah. I mean, me too. I feel like that's. It's just a mindset, man. I feel like we live who we believe we are.
Yeah.
You know, and I think if you always have the faith or the belief of that you are different, or people don't like you or don't trust you or whatever it is, I think it's just a mindset.
Absolutely. For me, I know, we sat and we talked, but I'm very, black and white.
Right.
I say it for what it is, and today, you really can't do that.
Absolutely.
Because people take the truth, like the hard way, and they don't like the truth.
Right.
But growing up, like all I knew was the truth.
Fact.
And so, but I learned growing up that people don't like it, and like what am I supposed to do?
Right.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's just, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think for me, like personally, I feel like it's enough for me to know the truth.
Yeah.
And like before, I used to care about like what people think and why they think like that. And I feel like sometimes, I feel bad for them because they don't know what's going on, whatever.
Yeah.
To get to a point, like I'm not here to save nobody. To be honest, I have so much shit to take care of.
Right.
And I have responsibility I have just to focus on. So I feel like I'm really good with what I know and who I am. And if somebody have any problem, it's their problem. It's not me. It's just, I don't know why I feel like that.
No, I mean, I completely understand. If people don't like you for who you are or what you do.
No, for who they are, I feel like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I feel like
I think it's an insecurity thing.
Yeah, that's exactly. I feel like one time I was also with like a little, not argument because I don't even let it come to that level though.
Yeah.
I feel it was a little tough conversation. And I'm like, man, do you know what? He's like, I'm a reflection of you.
Yeah.
Like, what you see in me is what you see about you, like what you think and you know about yourself. So you can't touch me and you just like hating yourself.
Yeah.
So, it's not going to work with me because I'm already I'm above this level. I can't get there. So again, I feel like even DJ Khaled, he's a crazy dude though.
Yeah.
But one time they ask him how you deal with hate. I don't. You know, because really people are gonna hate regardless though.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, but they don't. It's hard to deal with it.
Yeah, whether you do good or do bad, someone's always gonna have something negative to say. But
yeah.
Yeah. What does it matter to you?
What you love about Yemen though? Yemen is the most. It's like we all know is the Arab actually started from Yemen.
Yeah.
Right. So what you love about Yemen?
I think I love like how stern and stuck in our ways we are. Like we're very big on value, and I see other people from different countries. I just other Arab countries, but a lot of them they lose the values that their parents tried to instill or taught them growing up. But with Yemeni, like it's very rare. Like we're all pretty true to ourselves.
Like what? Give me some, like, I like that, but like what you, because I see that.
Yeah.
I can't relate, I can't say that's truth.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, if not, I'm going to say
Yeah.
no. But what, like, give me example.
Like growing up, I realized, different kinds of Arabs, or different kinds of Europeans, or, wherever you may be from, or even, like if you're Hispanic or Latino, you try, like being in this country, like you try to fit in or conform and get, Americanized or Westernized,
Right.
But for us, like it just doesn't go that way. Like if my parents, taught me, certain values about your family, then that's how it's gonna be,
Right.
Like you don't need to conform, to the Western culture. I mean, like obviously, like you respect, whatever is going on, wherever you live, there's nothing wrong with that. But this is how we do it, and this is how we like it,
Right. I mean, it's still like I would love to see to understand a little more because I feel like there is. Again, I can understand me, but I want them to understand as well.
Yeah.
So what you like, what the biggest value that your family taught you, like, what the value that you feel like, okay, we have it more than any other culture, we still have it.
I think the respect and love for your parents and your siblings, and like your family, like as a whole. Like I'm not disconnected, from my mom's siblings or my dad's siblings. I have a good relationship with everyone.
Right.
I talk to everyone. Second, third, fourth cousins. In-laws. Like I'm very close with everyone.
That's
and I think we don't see that a lot anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
You know, to me, like my cousins, you know, are my brothers and sisters. I don't look at it as anything more, anything less. Like if you have the same last name as me, then, you know, we're practically, you know, the same person.
That's
You know?
right. That's a fact. I mean, I got invited, I told you with Adam, to so many actually Yemeni food. Bro, and you know, I feel like, for real, I feel like I am the Americanized one in the whole place.
Yeah.
You know, this is like, oh, this dude, man. You know, so I used to come with my hair, so I'm like, bro, what's up? And they say, what's up?
Yeah.
So, but to be honest, I feel like there is so much manly energy, masculinity. I feel like there is so much rooted people that's who actually not. If they don't know you, they can't pay you. Let's face it. And if you really want to elevate, if you want to get to the next level in your business, you need us. You need Let's Go Viral team, because we know exactly how to bring your business, your service, or your product to the right target audience. Listen, it's not about just try, it's about to do it, right? And we are so confident because we have done this to ourselves, to our company, and we are doing it for a lot of our clients, and we want to collaborate with you. Listen, this is something gonna work in 90 days. So if you're really ready, if you're hungry and you wanna elevate, we have the perfect team for you. Just go ahead and DM us. In the description, you will see the link for our website so we can set up a meeting and we can go viral. Let's go viral. Let's do it. Let's work. I don't say Americanized because for myself, I think we all Americanize in different levels.
To a certain degree, for sure. Yeah.
And I feel like also that the Yemeni people was so smart to be Americanized. Even like when you look to the people, the Yemeni in New York, by example, they run the block.
Oh yeah, they've been there since like the 60s.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but they still have that value. They still have the traditional way. But when it comes to business, let's say, when it comes to real life, personally, so far, again, because Adam is one of the people who actually I always look up to, and I always get advice from. Man, I think in his mindset, he's not Americanized, but he's American. Period.
Yeah.
Like he's Yemeni, but he's American, but he can play both in one person, and that's what I always like about him, because he can handle any situation with any color for anything. He can say the right thing, respond at the right time.
Yeah.
And as you said, he doesn't argue with nobody. He just makes sure that the situation went always good.
Yeah, I think someone, you know, like Adam, he had his morals, a set of morals, that he stuck with, and that's what he, lived by. I think regardless to where he comes from or where he lives, but I think what he did is he took the best of both worlds, combined them, and figured out how to use it.
Yeah. I can't see this.
He even went to university for a while too.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew that, but
yeah, he told me. It's just like I feel proud every time I mention his name, man.
He's a hustler.
God bless his soul.
He was a hustler. You can put him anywhere, man, and he'll do it.
Adam, I know, but I want to do it for him though. Yeah. Adam, I was working in a restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm doing his pizza every time. Every time he comes, he's a taxi driver at that time. And taxi driver with a billionaire mindset. Like, when he comes, Adam is coming like a mafia dude. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, what? He's like, man, I'm coming. I'm going to make $200 and come back. I'm like, bro, what you do, man?
Yeah.
He's like, man, I do this, I do this, I do this, I do this. I'm like, but I see you on a taxi. He's like, yeah, I do the taxi too, So one time I'm like, man, listen, I need your help. I don't feel like I fit in this place anymore. It's just for me time to elevate. He's like, okay. He's like, but you don't speak English, man. I'm like, yo, whatever it takes. Teach me, man. And he's like, okay, let's do it. He's like, man, you're smart, you hardworking dude, and I want to help you. I'm like, let's do it. So he helped me, he teach me, and he helped me to get my license, like my chauffeur license to drive a taxi. He helped me how to get a taxi and bought a taxi, man. And every client comes to my taxi. I don't even know how to ask him where you're going. Even if he tell me where he's going, I don't even know. hey Adam, what's up? I got a client. So he talked to the client. The client tell Adam where he's going to, and Adam sent me the address. Click on the address, and then I drop.
Yeah.
So I feel like till now couldn't see nobody helpful. Love, like he love, as you say, people. He love to help. So again, man, it's just you really have a great cousin, brother.
Yeah, he was too good for this world.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like, the world didn't deserve him.
Right, and yeah, even like his family, how he relate to them. Again, like he was telling the world, man, about his he has a daughter that
Yeah.
he always say, he's like, man, this daughter will make so much change in the world.
Yeah.
She would do so much good to this universe. I'm like, what you know? He's like, no, I'm not gonna tell you what you know. You're gonna see her when she grows.
No, his kids are very much like him. His son, he is a cold-hearted hustler.
Wow.
He's only like 16, but
Wow.
man, he's a very hard worker, and he comes off, as like not as smart, but
Okay.
behind the scenes, man, he's got his dad's brain for sure.
Right.
You can throw him anywhere, and he'll make it out.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I really hope, like, I mean, again, I think he did good to me, and I believe he did good
Yeah.
to everybody. I believe, like, hopefully, like,
He was the first person to teach me how to drive.
Oh God,
Yeah.
that's great.
I think I was like 13 at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam is a greatness, man. So yeah, sending love to his family too. So let's say you have us in Yemen, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you want, like, what you have to make sure that we're gonna try. What the most traditional thing that we have to try in Yemen?
Being that my family lives in Aden,
Yeah.
I would have to let you try the seafood first.
Okay.
Yeah.
The seafood.
Yeah,
That's
because we're right on the shore,
okay.
and you go there, you pick any fish you want, and they snag it right out of the ocean, right then and there.
Wow.
Yeah, nothing's ever frozen or anything like
That's
that.
great.
Yeah,
That's great.
and then I would say the tea and the coffee for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
The coffee is crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to, though.
Yeah.
So, like, as a businessman, right? You
Mhm.
are an entrepreneur right now, right?
Working on it. Yeah.
That's a blessing. So how you feel like the change you did, like by going from Detroit, you went to Mississippi, and it's a business move.
Yeah.
Like, you go to live and to work at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and now coming here to New Orleans to like having your own business. How that transformation, like what that taught you, and why you decide to do it here, and why in New Orleans, like at this time.
Yeah, I would say, moving from Detroit, to the south, Mississippi, New Orleans, you have to learn, how to live with being uncomfortable. I was,
Right.
very uncomfortable, for a long time, but, I told myself, like, hey, like, you want to get, like, be successful and, do good, like, you got to learn how to be uncomfortable, and so I just accepted it. But I chose New Orleans because I noticed, like, New Orleans and the metro New Orleans area is, like, very diverse and acceptive of like different people, like
Right.
I didn't know what Creole or Cajun people were until I came here.
Right.
Then like you got the Palestinian community, big Palestinian community here, and Hispanic, like Latino community is also big here.
Right.
And I see one thing I tell people about New Orleans is like I've never seen so many different people get along so well.
Right.
So I figured this would be like
The spot.
the spot to start, yeah.
Right.
To kind of
Yeah.
give everybody an understanding of of what we're bringing.
You have to give it a shot for New Orleans.
Yeah,
To
man.
be honest, that's a fact. And I always see the same thing because that's what I really love about New Orleans. And it's just you can't feel stranger here though.
Yeah.
Because they can, like, for me, again, like, it's just, I don't know, I feel I'm too comfortable with my skin,
You got to get uncomfortable like I did.
Yeah. No, I feel like I'm comfortable being who I am.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and again, like the city here, they really accept whoever you are. If you're doing good, if you are a good person, and if you're treating everybody the right way. I mean, look at us, like we are in a room where we like different, but we on the same page. We have the same values and the same love, and we have respect. That's the most important part of my life. I don't want you to like me. I don't want you to hate me. I just want you to respect me.
Yeah, sure.
That's what the most important part.
Yeah.
But everything else comes with the time. So, Yeah, man, we want to try the seafood, by the way. I mean, we're going there one time.
Oh
no?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we want to try that. So, man, now you're opening a new place, right? We choose like a new industry because when you come to America, I wasn't born here though.
Yeah.
So I came, and I asked my people what to work. So they gave you the great advice, which is four of them. Is a grocery store, a restaurant, Uber, or you actually open, you do a professional work, which is I don't have the degree for.
Yeah.
And I did exactly what they told me. So I did exactly I went to the same three things that I can do. And I see you now doing something like way different. Like you're doing a coffee shop. Why are you doing coffee shop?
I think coffee brings people together. It's the one thing, people enjoy, from all over the place, whether you drink, like if if you drink alcohol, if you don't drink alcohol, well, hey, you can get along with coffee.
Right.
Or if you are a businesswoman or a student, and like coffee kind of brings all types of people together. And then when you add in a twist, a cultural twist, I think that engages people even more.
Right.
Here in America, we drink a lot of Colombian and Brazilian coffee, but
That's right.
Yemeni is definitely like different.
Right. That's
it's similar, but it's different also.
So I mean, I don't know if y'all know, but it's one of the best coffees in the world. So
Absolutely.
You have to Google that Yemen coffee. So tell us why it's Yemen coffee, man. Like what is good about it?
Yeah. So Yemeni coffee started, the bean itself was made in Ethiopia.
Okay.
The Ethiopians didn't know what to do with it, so they just threw it out. The Yemeni came, took the cherry bean, took it back to Yemen, and cultivated it to make a cup of coffee.
Wow.
But Yemeni coffee is three things. It's like cherry flavored, it's acidic, and it's strong. It's bitter and it's strong in caffeine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
so it's not like a gas station cup of coffee, like where anyone can just drink and you're like, oh, I like it because it's like a mellow flavor. No, Yemeni coffee is different. Yeah.
I'm ready. So what the name?
Aden Aroma Yemeni Coffee.
Aden Aroma. That's a blessing. Where is located at?
We are located in the West Bank on Manhattan.
Okay.
2701 Manhattan Boulevard.
That's a blessing. We coming. For
Absolutely,
sure.
man. Can't wait to have you.
Right. So I like the idea of like putting people together because I feel like this is a really high value for like everybody in our community as well. As you said, like everybody who actually, from students, from business people, everybody actually likes to drink coffee and they likes to gather. And I think that's Facebook, that's when he comes with the idea of having people together. He creates Facebook. Now you're creating, a great brand for this type of like for the same purpose, right? So what you think about, because I also know about the honey from Yemen, right?
Yeah.
I know there is a lot of desserts and sweets from Yemen at the same. Do you guys will have something like this?
We will, yeah. We are going to serve the honeycombs. You ever seen the Yemeni honeycombs?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like bread stuffed with cream cheese and drizzled with honey on the top.
That's awesome.
There's a few other things, like a few desserts and bakery items that that we plan on bringing.
Right.
I don't want to give it all away.
If they don't know you, they can't pay you. Let's face it. And if you really want to elevate, if you want to get to the next level in your business, you need us. You need Let's Go Viral team because we know exactly how to bring your business, your service, or your product to the right target audience. Listen, it's not about just try. It's about to do it, right? And we are so confident because we have done this to ourselves, to our company, and we are doing it for a lot of our clients, and we want to collaborate with you. Listen, this is something gonna work in 90 days. So if you're really ready, if you're hungry and you wanna elevate, we have the perfect team for you. Just go ahead and DM us. In the description, you will see the link for our website so we can set up a meeting and we can go viral. Let's go viral. Let's do it. Let's work.
Okay. No, I respect.
Absolutely.
Because when we talk about it, I feel like you have a high, I mean, takes so much courage for you to actually open a coffee shop. Because as a marketer, I feel like how can I sell it to people?
Yeah.
Because I'm maybe drinking coffee from this place for the last 4 or 5 years, and I have to give you a shot.
Yeah.
But when we talking and understand the value of the Yemen coffee, the history of it, and how much, could be different, I feel like that's a great way. But do you feel like it's risky?
I would say it is. We're opening up, 2,500 square feet, and even the architecture in our coffee shop comes from Yemeni, architecture. You're gonna see like the designs on the wall, and how we set it up, and you're gonna be able to tell like, we've never seen anything like this in a coffee shop before.
Wow.
It's not gonna be dull. It's gonna be vibrant and luxurious, and you're gonna be able to notice that this place stands out from the rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a blessing, man.
For sure.
So, yeah, brother. I wanna. So how you think, like, because I feel like you haven't told me about you working somewhere. I feel like you been opening a businesses since with a family. What is the difference between the mindset of a worker or entrepreneur, business owner? What do you think is the difference?
If you want to become a business owner, and or entrepreneur, it's scary, first of all, because there's going to be times, where you won't be able to make money. Then there's going to be times, where you make a lot of money.
Right.
And there's going to be times, well, when you get this money, what do you do with it?
Right.
You have to learn how to invest, like what to buy and, when to buy certain things. Whereas if you're an employee, like you just become comfortable, with your situation.
Right.
Being a business owner, you're going to have to learn how to become, uncomfortable and accept it.
And what do you think, like, stopping people nowadays of them to become uncomfortable, or maybe like being a business owners? Because again, by me being here almost 10 years now, I feel there is so much, like a lot of people, they're really comfortable. Like so many of them, they too comfortable.
Yeah.
So, but I'm wondering why. Like, what do you think the reason?
I think it's the fear of failure. Everyone wants to win, but not everyone is ready to lose.
Wow.
So,
that's big time.
being a business owner, you're going to have to lose. That's just part of, business.
Right.
Yeah. Business is a, cutthroat industry, so you just have to learn how to be able, to lose and how to come back from that and go forward. Right. Even when you're at the top, you're going to lose sometimes, but, you got to come back.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I think I heard one time they say fear killed the dream more than failures, because a lot of people who has dream, they don't even try to do it.
Absolutely.
So they just left without even trying. So
yeah,
I think so. I think a lot of people is afraid, and even Eric Thomas said everybody wants to go to the heaven, but nobody wants to die.
Yeah.
And that shit is so true, man. When he said
Absolutely.
it just stuck in my mind, and I feel like people always like say things about successful people that I don't respect, because you can't talk about them if you're not in their position, because what they have to do and what they went through and what they it just takes too much to be successful, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And people think it's just it's just because that. No, man, not because that.
No, especially nowadays, with social media, everyone makes it seem like becoming rich is easy. Like it's not. Anyone that becomes rich overnight, one, I think either it was given to them, or two, I think it's a test that they're just not, ready, to accept. I don't believe if you make clean, good money, and you make a lot of it, it's definitely not going to happen overnight.
No way.
Yeah.
No, I think my mentor says if the money it's not like growth, like zira'a, I don't want to get into it, because that's not the right money. And I think what you say, like, the minute when you see the seeds is not the same day when you actually eat the fruits.
Yeah. Becoming successful, it's, you're going to have to go, to a dark and, scary place, to get there. But that's just the reality of it. There's no way around it.
So how you overcome fear?
I just believe in God, you know.
Right.
You know, I won't say, like I'm the best in my faith, but, I definitely, believe, and I practice, and I think, with God, and you put your faith and your trust in Him, and He kind of just, in a spiritual way, you just accept things for what they are, and, you just keep going. I just feel like, whatever is meant for you will happen to you.
Right.
Whether it's good or bad,
That's blessing, man. That's
Yeah.
great. That's a great way to actually, because I think that faith is enough to take you anywhere you want to go. And I think like being courage, it doesn't mean you are fearless. It's actually courage people who do it even with the fear they have, but they do it no matter what.
Yeah.
They keep going, because I feel like having that faith is just gonna help you out, that the outcome will be okay, no matter what. Like no matter what it is, even as you say, like I'm gonna take it. Even with the trader people, like I ask a lot of them, like how. Even I was watching a podcast. He invests $12 million in the stock market. He wakes up next day minus $2 million, right? And that's like his whole life of work. And the dude is 40 something, and it's hard to fail on 40, bro. It's just like sometimes no time to get back, And so he said the only thing I did is just I woke up, I seen 2 million. I'm like, okay, I have to learn. What I learned is not to put my money in one place. And now my time is to get my money back. I can't complain. I can't get bad. I can't fit. And I think this type of faith, because we all believe in God, but the way we believe in it, in Him, a lot of people are waiting God to save them, which is not going to happen, right?
Yeah.
A lot of guys, like you see, they believe in God and they want them to come, like, and give them the opportunity, the money, or whatever they're praying for. And I feel like faithful people who really have faith is people who ask for the opportunity, and they're gonna do it and be responsible of the outcome no matter what.
Yeah.
And that's a really different game. So what the biggest challenge in the business you feel like?
In the coffee business specifically, or just business in general?
Business in general.
Consistency. Being consistent is the hardest part for sure. Because for example, when you're doing good, how long can you go doing good, and when you're doing bad, how much more can you work until you finally start doing good? I would say consistency is the hardest part. Being able to wake up every day and wake up early, and getting ahead of things, and organizing your life, your work life and your personal life, and making it work. So if you're not consistent in what you do, it'll never happen.
But in the coffee business, what like the biggest challenge you feel like?
I think in the coffee business, specifically like with what we want to do, is the consistency of like the coffee and its roast. Can you roast it the same way every single day? Prepare it the same way every single day. Can you teach your employees to make it the same day every single day? And I think listening to your customers for sure. There's always going to be certain customers who might like one product that you have, but they don't like the other. So what else can you offer them to make sure that they keep coming back to you?
Okay, so what I like this, and I think consistency is actually the key of any success.
For sure.
Even like Kobe Bryant, he was always so heavy on discipline and consistency because he was always there every day, all day. So what wakes you up? Like what wakes you up every day to do what you're doing and to keep doing it?
For me, there's people who want to use their success for different things, but me mainly, I just want to be able to provide for my loved ones and my family. One day I want to have a family on my own and be able to provide for them the same way my family did, and even more.
Right.
I think it's very important to be able to provide for those who gave you, and are still going to give you everything that they possibly can.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a blessing, man.
For sure.
I'm proud of you, brother.
Thank you so much.
I'm really happy, proud of you. So, I know there is, as you just mentioned, also to, like you said, you ask your client to communicate with them to see what you can offer. So, what the different Aden Aroma providing from any other coffee shop to actually like to keep you in a special case, like, or to separate you from everybody else?
We have a large variety, of drinks from traditional, drinks to lattes. We're gonna have, certain lattes, for like certain people, that come from certain cultures. Like we're gonna have a Latino inspired, latte, and then the refreshers, for like you don't really see a lot of coffee shops do refreshers, except for Starbucks,
Right.
and we want to do even better than what they do. So I think being
Right.
able to stand out and be different from others is what's gonna help us.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to try this.
Yeah,
man.
for sure. Me too.
I can't wait. Let's go.
Yeah, it's exciting and it's nerve-wracking at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you see the brand like in 5 years?
In 5 years, I can easily, see us, all over. I would say the southwest, of the U.S. Maybe move into states like Arizona or California. Maybe go a little east, like to Florida.
Okay.
I personally enjoy, the South, and I think it's where I want to be. But maybe even go to Canada one day.
Okay.
I know there's a lot of different cultures in Canada, and it'd be nice to be part of that.
That's great. I mean,
Yeah.
so the plan is to actually franchise it, and
For sure. Yeah.
man, that's a blessing. I like
Yeah.
this. And again, it's just like you want to do that with the standards. Like you bring in the same style, the same luxury, as you say, and the traditional in one place.
Absolutely.
So you want to keep the same thing everywhere, like because you just mentioned Starbucks, or they have multiple brands, but they look the same, right?
Mhm.
They have the same look, the same.
Yeah.
All the stuff. You want to keep the same thing also.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Man,
Keep it the
that's-
same way all the way through.
That's amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, again, I'm really excited to see it because I hear a lot. Shout out from my brother Haytham Yahala. He always goes to the Yemeni people
Yes.
in California and Chicago.
Yeah.
And he have the Yemeni outfit. You see them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm like
The thobe
man,
with the sword. Yeah.
Let's go. I'm like, I'm ready for that. Yeah. So yeah, I think this is something we'll really be interested for New Orleans, and I think it's something that people will love to have. And again, as me an Arab, I feel like there is no spot. Like I always look like where can I be to hang out with them or to meet up like with them, and it's hard to actually be in between. Like I'm a business dude. I'm not going to the club. I'm not going to the bar. I'm not going to any event you go to. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be working.
Yeah.
So it was like, and I know of course we go to the mosque, we meet up, but it's not a place to meet up. It's a place
Yeah.
to actually just get in and out. And I feel like excited for that, to see if could be the spot for us
Absolutely.
to go, hey, let's meet up at the spot, go ahead and do the meeting there, do some business, sit down there and have my coffee and all that. That's something I believe.
And that's also, another factor as to why we chose New Orleans, because we realized, there isn't a place, for one, I think us as Arabs, and two, for us as, business, very heavily business-minded people. And I think it's important because we'll have a place like that, where it's a social, it's more of like a social event for, whether you're looking to make friends or do business or, just to, learn something new, because you never know who you're going to run into. So I think it's definitely going to be a place, for those kinds of people to be. Because,
Right.
if you look at it, from like you and me, being Arab,
Right.
what do we have, that we can go and enjoy around here?
I mean, for us, that's what I.
There's
that's
not
my
much,
issue here.
and so that's our biggest
Right.
goal, is to give specifically like the younger people something to do to keep them away from all like the negativity of like bars and clubs
Right,
and
right,
all the other
right.
unhealthy stuff.
And I think that's also like for the Arab women as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been in the West Bank in a few spots, and I feel like the Arab women sitting there uncomfortably. To be honest, like
Yeah.
they sitting there, they shutting up. I see them, they sitting there, but I don't feel they comfortable.
No,
like,
not
to
at
be
all.
really honest.
Yeah.
And I think somehow some of the places that we own by us, they judge mentally. They judge you like on and that's something I really don't enjoy being there.
Yeah.
And I seen so many cases of this, and I think that's, I don't know if people really realize it, but I do, and I think that's why we need this place.
Yeah.
We need somewhere to do business, man.
Absolutely, and you know, a big thing is, you know, I'll read, you know, comments from other people who post about, you know, like Yemeni coffee shops,
Right.
and the girls in the comments are like, you know, like these coffee shops are for us, like, you know, these are for us, these are for us,
Yeah,
and so, you know, and in reality, you know, like it really is a place for them. You know, it's exactly, you know, where if they, you know,
need to
want to
feel
go out and
safe,
enjoy,
man.
yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Like, yeah, I mean, because when you see somebody with al hijab, even if you're Muslim, you look. Like, even you
Yeah.
and me, we look because we don't see this every 5 seconds, every
Absolutely.
5 minutes. So for her to feel safe, to feel accepted, to feel comfortable, and to go somewhere that she can do what she have to do and
Yeah.
go, I think that's what the biggest challenge. So if you want to give somebody like 5 challenges, I mean 5 steps, right? If you want to inspire them and give them the roadmap for them to become where you are right now, what do you think that the 5 things that they need to know today or to do in order to elevate from where they are to where you are?
I think the first thing is to understand reality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to understand, you know, what's going to come with doing what you do. The good, the bad, the scary, you know, the fear. I would say that is number 1. Number 2 is to decide what is it that you can pick, you know, whatever field it may be, and what can you do that'll make you money and that you'll enjoy, you know, while you're doing it. Because if you're just making money and you don't really like what you're doing, you can't do it for long.
That's true.
And then number 3 would be having faith. You know, definitely. You know, I would say having faith is very important. You know, not just, you know, in your spiritual life, but, you know, in yourself and, you know, in the work that you do. Number 4, I would say, is to be very organized. You have to be very organized in what you want to do. You know, like for me, I have my days planned out. Like I know what's going to happen in my day before I even do it. So that's what's, you know, very important to me.
That's huge. I think.
And number 5, I would say taking care of your health. Because if
That's
you're not
right.
healthy, then you can't be wealthy, you know.
That's
It's good,
right.
you know, to go for a run or a walk, you know, go to the gym, you know, or extracurricular activities, you know, that take your mind, you know, away from reality, you know, because as much as we love to make money, you know, that's not the only thing, you know, life is
That's
about.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. No, I respect this, man. We always ask our guests something because we all like money, right?
Yeah.
So what money means to you?
I think for me, money is, it's going to sound, you know, maybe a little tacky, but money is freedom to me.
Right.
You know, I think, you know, to me, I'm not big on, you know, the designer, you know, or like the high end thing. For me is like being free to travel, leave whenever I want, you know, being able to give other people, you know, things, you know, that they enjoy, like, you know, your parents, you know, your siblings, you know,
Right.
the ones, you know, that you really love, and, you know, giving them, you know, a taste of, you know, like the good things in life. So for me, I would say it's freedom and, you know, being able, you know, to provide.
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
That's greatness. So one more. If you want to make $1 million in 6 months, what the steps looks like to you?
Have a plan,
Right.
stick with it, be consistent, and be very smart in what you do, and also be very careful.
So what if you want to do it through your business, like using the business? What do you think the leverage or the scale? What the plan looks like?
I would say number 1 would be being able to source everything, you know, for my business. You know, like
Right.
the coffee beans, the inventory, you know, the furniture, you know, like the decor, you know, and because like I said, you know, like our business is not just the coffee; it's like the architecture, you know, and the environment. And then marketing, you know, putting yourself out there, you know, reaching out to other people, listening to your customers, you know, or to the community, and find out what it is that they want and be able to provide it.
That's a blessing, my brother.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, that's a great conversation. I have so much to ask you, but I think we have to do one more though.
For sure.
We really have to do when it's open. We have to do it with having a coffee too here. So
Absolutely.
we make sure that we tried it though. You know,
Absolutely.
I'm excited though.
Yeah, me too.
And again, man, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you
I'm
so
grateful
much.
for your time, and I'm grateful for your cousin Adam. Again, he's one of, like, again, you don't even know on God how much this dude means to me. Man.
That means so much
Like,
to me, I swear.
Bro, like
Thank you
this
so
dude,
much.
like even on my Facebook, every year I post his, and I'm like, bro, I'm so grateful for the Yemeni people, because it's not easy to find people like that in your life, and
Absolutely.
to keep this mark and to teach you that no matter how much you become and how much you have and who you are, you always have to help. And this dude really did it. Like, he went everywhere. He's not supposed to do it, but he did it because who he is. So I'm really grateful. And man, this y'all for you. He said 5 things that I believe this is really helpful. You have to face reality. A lot of people, like, they too optimistic like me. And I learned how to see the situation how it is. Not better than how it is, not worse than how it is, but see it how it is, so you can actually face it. 2, to have faith. Faith is super important. I believe if you don't have faith, you have nothing in life. You're gonna be broke every time, no matter how much money you have, because that spiritual things in life is really valuable. And also to believe in yourself, as my brother said, is something unbelievable. And I think I have a lot of this. To be honest, I just think I got it. But yeah, man, just like be organized. This is what my wife helps me all the time. I've been always working on this, but you really have to do it as a business owner or an entrepreneur. If you don't have it, you're gonna feel like you lost it, because it's too much going on at one time. And we said number 4 is actually the plan, right? To
Absolutely.
have a plan. You need a plan. If you don't know where you're going, I think you're not gonna know how to get it.
Yeah.
And you just you need the plan to get there. And number 5 is just you said about fear, right? Like what was number 5? You remember? Be careful.
Yes, be careful.
careful.
And what I mean by being careful is, not to get greedy,
Right.
don't get wild, don't get caught, chasing the wrong things, because it's being a business owner, comes with a lot of responsibility, so we have to be
And
careful and treat it right.
There's so much distraction, I feel like.
Oh, 100%.
Like so much
100%.
stuff.
I know so many people that could be so great, but they're just always distracted.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And we have to shout out my brother Shakuri, Dr. Device Plus, for being a sponsor for this episode, and my brother Soul. What the Soli? Look at it. Talk to me, the jewelry guy, man. My brother Soul is the jeweler for New Orleans. He's been here for more than 40 years in business, so I have so much respect. And he also sponsors us, so I don't know what time it is, but it's time for money. You see what I'm saying? So again, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you for
Pleasure
having me.
to having you, brother.
Likewise.
It's really
Thank you so much.
And remember that God first. And I will see you at the top. Let's go.